Our agents are like,
okay,
Vikash Chamber.
bring out
Okay,
that chamber.
double duelist
Perhaps
for
we would see it,
Fnatic.
but
Very interesting.
Sticking on the neon for the double duelist will
Okay,
be his
T1 double duelist as well. Basically
Yeah, on the other side, Munchkin
Media's
definitely
playing
continue to
Jojo
take on
instead
the
of
primary controller role for T1. That
Chamber.
part's not surprising
And Munchkin
anymore,
is
but
still
the
the
fact that it's
controller.
now on the Astra and not the Omen, that
Okay.
does mean while he can still go for a lot of these lurks that he likes to do, he can't be as crafty and as crazy sometimes when he needs to help make the extra move on some of those executes or things like the retakes. So this is going to come down to coordination on the T1 side, whereas Fnatic, it is going to be much more about how you're taking that contact to control the map space with things like the Yoru and the Chamber going together, as we've seen in the past with different teams around the globe.
Pearl. Let's see how prepped this looks here for either side. Fnatic expecting big things here from this chamber in the hands of Vikash. I mean, just will slot in so much more naturally. I mean, he's already getting away and getting very good value from that opping while playing Viper on bind.
Yep.
But now moves over to the chamber, and that's going to be a much more comfy fit for him. So high expectations as we go into this one, which should be a colossal clash. Alphayer and Kayak going up against Buzz, Meteor, Izu, etc. Always should make for a damn good game. So let's go ahead and get this thing started. Our first of 3 today as we jump into Pearl from map 1.
This is SVL, powered by Google Play.
Kicking things off, it's going to be Fnatic on the attacking side, and immediately you can see Vikash trying to get some control of mid as the rest of his team, they're spreading out across the entire map. They want control of all 3 lanes, and Alphayer is going to start it off with a kill himself.
Significantly hotter start for him compared to what we saw, but Izu still here, able to find some value. Meteor going to be taking down Vikash, wins that fight, but Severe now fallen, and Alphayer dropped as well as Izu finds the other. Now a 2v3, some damage dealt. Izu down to 45, stacks at 74. Crashy's not yet getting involved into the action. Obviously doesn't need to worry about the alarm bot here at his feet. Moves his way down through street. Vikash slotting in just behind as the peak pulled off the angle here. Has Buzz checking over towards water, wary about a potential wrap through.
There's just so many spots that they have left open. He's just going to run into some contact, immediately gets headshotted by Crashies.
2v2, but Buzz
into the open. So Buzz able to find an immense amount of damage, slides down, doesn't get the stun there with the relay bolt, but Crashies now the 1v2. Buzz turning away from the angle, gets the spot. Trips back away now, just jiggle peeking as Stacks quickly starts rotating around through club, now out over towards long, but Crashies can't find the headshot. Buzz turns back and does. That's going to be the opening pistol going to T1.
Gets the pistol.
Yeah, and this pistol really just comes down to Izu not losing that 2v1, or I guess it started as a 2v2, but eventually the 2v1 over on B main, being able to not only stay alive, but clear that out, get the numbers advantage, and then push all the way down B main before teleporting back. I mean, he just gets so much coverage alone as the Yoru, playing that agent to perfection despite the limited util you have in the pistol round. And then it's Buzz to stabilize the very end. Now taking a look, it is going to be Alphayer going for that Bucky. A lot of those attacking Neons going for that force.
Alpha just by forcing the Bucky alone.
Just backpedaling here. Alpha looking to try to lead the charge with Meteor.
T1 shuts down the entire push.
Able to find Kayak over by stairs, and Buzz just mows down 2 at the same time. Now just leaving Crashies, and Vikash does get tagged up a bit. 6 Headhunter bullets, a chance to deal some damage here, but realistically you have to get through 3 if you want to take some weapons away. Spot out Crashies, going to be tagged to the wall.
Yeah.
The wider swing almost has a headshot, but Meteor will take it.
And this round pretty much should be over. But I do want to note, as we see Crashies getting hunted around by everything, including the robots here, that Crashies going over and getting tagged by Izu at the entrance at Club of B main is important, because now you know, as Crashies goes down, the fact that T1 will continue to push out if they're not challenged on B main, that Izu will take that risk since he has to teleport. So you have to keep that in mind on if we want to rotate, we want to make sure that we contend for B main and leave that option open for us so Izu doesn't get information for free. So overall, still, you know, the minimum passive value that you could get when you're on an eco. where you want to just fish for information. But of course, not really any damage done over to the T1 side.
A solid start. Not much going to be thrown on top of this one. Still do have a couple extra purchases. The players who previously had sheriffs, so it's a little bit more firepower here for T1. Full buy online for Fnatic. Just 2 players with half armor.
4-man stack in mid. Now this time they're still leaving B main open. So look at Izu. He's already gone all the way up to the entrance of club. So Fnatic, really, we know on the minimap they are locked into an 8-head right now. They don't have a choice. Kaya's going to open it up with a kill.
Solid one at that. Buzz taken down. It's one of the heavier rifles now on the floor. Stack's going to be spotted. Sending out a shot. Slowly drifts across in towards dugout, but for the moment is going to be isolated. Meteor slotting through here at Secret to try to reinforce this A site.
Okay.
People have gathered here for T1.
Have still though Izu quite far away as Meteor will fall. Alpier quick peek around the back of sight, able to find that kill. TP, some damage dealt, but so far no casualties here. Izu around the back. Going to be noted there by the trademark, and Stacks gets dropped. But Munchkin swinging out, able to find some additional value. It's a 2v3.
2v3.
Planted.
Kayak's holding the flank.
Watching the rear here for now. As Izu will be the last
Izu
one
wants that.
they have to contend with. He's able to get himself a weapon
Pretty
upgrade.
expensive round either
We see
way.
what this guy can do in the clutch. Fnatic not out of the woods quite just yet. Pop flash, nothing going to be seen there. Still does have one more, but the time's starting to get away from him. See the setup, taps the spike, baits out the grab well. Now going in for the stick, at least the half of Crashy. Rides the half wall, gets the headshot. Fnatic get on the board.
Yeah, but with a lot of damage taken, more than they should have, honestly, considering the fact that they got into the site with all 5, and it wasn't the diciest of situations. Sure, it wasn't comfortable, it wasn't free, but Mekash getting picked off on the exit, trying to make sure that he can cover the flank himself, and then things start to fall apart where they have to still trade back and forth, and Munchkin with a nasty shot. That's the one that I think really puts a dent in him. And at that point, Izu, I mean, sure, if he clutches, it's even better. But Izu's already done his job, putting pressure on the flank.
This map.
So round win for Fnatic, but again, Izu continues to be a thorn in their side.
Mostly,
Now they're going to have to worry about this
I
operator,
think it's
but the
a
drone
bit
does go out and get the
more
spot. So
CT-sided now.
had full vision of him as well as the weaponry. Know what they're dealing with.
I
They
think,
continue to try to push this B side of the map.
With the B change,
This B
attackers
slow
can
goes
just
away
like
and
easily just
clear
play
the
B
turret.
and spam.
And Buzz trying to play off the
think
back of
there's
that one,
more
ends up getting
spaces for
punished, and
defenders
that
to
is a
hold.
big
So I think it's
fumble
more
here from
CT-sided.
T1.
Yeah, they're going to up the tempo. They know that they have the advantage. They've already taken 2 out. It cannot possibly be a
Fnatic
strong hold
finds
on
2
the A side.
kills.
Meteor is here.
Going towards the A
Could
side.
potentially
Meteor.
work some magic, but identifies Kayak first, not Alpha. Otherwise, should have been able
Beats
to
the
find the
Euro
kill.
flash.
Then will now try
Gets
to hold
one.
his own. Gets the first. They almost
Only
line up
gets
for him, but he's unable to collect it.
Izu
Now with the
might
open
be
vest, it looks
thinking
like
of
it's just going to
saving
be a
this
quick
all,
peek in
honestly.
from Flowers, see if Izu can find something.
Munchkin only has a
if not,
charge.
as the gate crash for a quick exit.
Where am I
to
watching
save.
the game? It's on
Yeah, you just
SOOP.
have to watch
You
out
can
at
just
any
look at the
moment.
pin
Fnatic could
chat,
try to
or you
wrap around him
can,
if they suspect
you know,
the operator's
do
he's not gonna
exclamation
take
mark
further
SOOP.
chances. TP's back out, wants to make sure that he
Okay.
saves that
Izu goes
weaponry
out to
over.
save.
And Munchkin will
Munchkin
also
picks
bring
up a
to the
rifle
Vandal.
and saves.
Not the end of the world for weaponry in the next round.
We'll have to be able to get rid of that judge. Dumps it, but now have to get through Severe. He's about to have the jump on him.
Severe gets
Wow.
Munchkin.
Gets the kill, and that's just going to be the op now retained here for T1. Very good for the side of Fnatic after a bit of a rocky anti-bonus. Go ahead and tie
Fnatic
things up at 2-2.
stabilize.
Yeah, Crashy's looking a little bit for a potential hunt on this operator. They suspect it. They've seen it over on B main. They suspect it to be hiding somewhere back here. Izu tucks away, and it should be safe. Whoa!
He gets the
Very,
kick
very
off.
close, but either way, T1 now not going to have a strong buy. If they carried over 2 weapons, maybe you could have scraped together a bit of a half buy around that operator, but they're going to have to try to decide, do we go for the weaker weapons, or do we just go full save, trust the op, and then we aim for round 6? Some choices to be made by the IGL Munchkin on the Korean squad.
T1 just gonna save. Let Izu have the op.
They can work some thrifty magic. Buzz looking for the early challenge here, and does get a good amount of damage in, but immediately has to run a back pedal.
Okay.
It's going to be Stacks as the casualty, just cannot escape fast enough. Orb going to be scooped up 2 away from the dimensional drift now. Crashes, of course, in the previous round, able to build up towards that
Those gets
Fury. So we'll
revealed.
have that online for
Nice
post-match
stun.
should they
Good live.
absolutely need it. But for now, finding some difficulties in getting the way forward onto the site.
Yeah, they've drawn all the util away, though. Isu spotted him. Okay, the
Isu?
upshot missed, and he
Oh, he took a
TP's
bunch
out
of
just in
damage,
time.
though.
I was gonna say that shorty's not gonna do a damn thing, but you say just in time, yeah. 14 health remaining there on the Yoru. Barely any time to spare. It's Alpha down to 4, but still
Severe.
living, still breathing. Severe looking to utilize the spot. I've got T1 a trophy against them. Slid in alongside the wall. Munchkin, I don't think he's registered this quite just yet.
No, not yet, but also Munchkin with a Sheriff alone on the site. You gotta
30 seconds
watch
left.
out. Watched him long enough, you're expecting that there is a decent possibility. And he's called to rotate over.
I mean, the read is looking good. Off here from Izu's gonna have to sing. Pretty good tune, this Meteor. Just looking to clear that recon. Entry coming in though, and Izu gonna be
gets the
taken
up
down.
down, but
12 seconds
time.
remaining. The swing out, but cannot
Munchkin
find the
couldn't get the
kill.
kill.
Still plenty of time for the plant, and Alphayer
Now me
finds and
here.
was the late lurking Neon.
Can't really
Not
save
something
the
you
op
typically think about.
either.
Alpha looking to make this a flawless, barring some crispy shots, just like
Surely
that
you
from
watching
Meteor.
the game, not you. I can't stream the game on
Another kill
YouTube feed.
considering it's Meteor,
can't-
but they are giving the respect.
do that.
Nice little double jiggle there from Fnatic to make sure they're not giving the easy
The
headshot.
game can only be
It's
watched
going
on
to be the
SOOP.
op taken away as well.
Okay,
Kayak
Kayak
preferring
picks
to
up the
bring that
off of
over for
Vikash.
Vikash so you can start challenging some of these longer sidelines.
So the lockdown online, but as long as that Hunter's Fury is still there from Crashies, I suspect that you're not going to be getting too much value from it.
10 seconds left. One
Very strong start here for Fnatic.
Let's go, boys. Take the op for the backer, maybe, no?
Really just needing that first day, that first map to really find their footing, because this is a significantly stronger start compared to what we saw from them versus Full Sense.
Exactly. I mean, the confidence alone in taking some of these duels.
Dimensional drift goes in.
Dimensional drift now in
Well,
for
there's
Kayak.
actually almost 4 people here
Spot
for
out
team
onto
1.
one, not looking to couple this with that Hunter's Fury. He's going to be saving that for the
Kayak.
lockdown clear. Or, never mind, okay, we'll just go ahead and send it.
Okay, just a blind
I
silver.
thought they're going to hold on to it, but just Fury ultimately not going to be finding much, and that does mean that this lockdown is going to be free use if they can get into position. But for the moment, Meteor's on the approach over towards Art and Stairs.
But, oh, the
counter
counter
spam
spam.
down to death. As Alpha's
Alpha
able to
finds
find Meteor
Meteor.
there on that flank. Izu peels back one. Severe going to be taken out. Does have a dimensional drift of his own, but
Okay,
great
Izu.
position to try to utilize
Oh.
it as Vekash gets a shot through the smoke to
1v2.
take him out. Some back and forth chip damage. Munchkin getting the better of Kayak there for the moment, but now the plant is going to be coming in. It's a 1v2. Munchkin looks to clutch.
Vikash just holding
Sees
this.
him.
Oh,
Sees the gun barrel.
They're
Both
both
players
low.
now down
Very
so
doable.
very low. Munchkin,
Oh.
almost getting timing, but
Okay,
as he
Kayak.
swings out, Kayak just holds firmly on the angle. Gets the headshot, and it's close but no cigar. T1 still stuck at 2-round wins.
Yeah, and a big part of it was you mentioned the possibility of the lockdown, but Meteor just
T1
had
might wanna
no
take a time out here.
security in
Let's
being able to
discuss
approach the site because of
how
that
they wanna
Euro
hold these
clearing Art
sites.
early. He was pushed away, and now he's wondering, is there a further lurk still in Art? Is
Oh,
anyone
just a
pushing
blind
back
shot through
into
the
Art
smoke.
from the site? That's 2 angles that Meteor had to worry about. He's holding those angles, and eventually Alphayer just pushes him in. But even if he had beaten Alpha, there would have been Vekash behind him with an operator. So overall, a good execute from Fnatic, securing the space they need,
Hello,
and just kind of
Sorrow.
challenging
Yeah, just head
Meteor and
over
saying,
to
well,
SOOP.
we don't think
I
you'll be able to
think
use
you
your
will need
lockdown.
an
We'll just go ahead and
account
use the Hunter's
to actually
Fury
watch the game
first and
because
foremost to
I
clear out the
can't
site.
stream the game on other
Can't remember if
platforms.
T1 ever had to call a timeout in their opening set. So it might just be the first one here for
Yeah, I
KDG
think
on the
so.
stage.
Okay.
See what kind of adjustments end
Timeout,
up coming
T1.
through off the back of this one. But clearly, I think T1 just also needing a bit of a breather, a bit of a break in this momentum that's been building for Fnatic.
Yeah, I also don't think you expected Fnatic to play this confidently. Just coming into this, you know, the one time they showed it during Champions, it really did seem to just be aim duels that they were looking for, trying to make a difference. And it got close, if you recall back. But at the end of the day, you could tell that it was lacking a little bit of that macro. But today, you're still seeing some good variations on the default, and a big part of that would be Vekash on
Okay.
the chamber, I think just holding some angles, clearing some of that
Vekash
space.
still has the op. T1
4-4-3
on
op in
a
hand,
low
does
buy
have that
here.
tour de force behind it
Just-
as well.
Okay. Buzz does have
With
his
all the money
ult
stacked
and a
up,
charge.
It's not necessarily going to need for a
I
while.
would be surprised if T1
trying to go for a
invested
bit of a
ult
fight
in this
out.
round.
Onto this site as Meteor now isolated and alone back screen.
Stacks,
Shock dart gonna
one
go
off,
lobbing in.
Silvo.
That is a rare miss from Meteor.
It's very close.
Crashy should have been dead to rights, but he can breathe a sigh of relief as he's able to get away.
Yeah, close call for Crashy. He's just not quite aware of the possibility of the jump back up for Meteor. But Fnatic has accomplished what they wanted, which was setting up Vekash on this aggressive angle and saying, okay, B main is ours. We can work the rest of the map. We can rotate back if we need, classic Fnatic style at the last 20 seconds.
He wants completely rotated.
Fnatic
They've bought into it.
taking
I mean, you don't really have a
there.
choice when you're on an eco as well.
Oh,
Huh?
Vekash.
Well,
Vakash able to find his kill.
Okay. That's
Moves back
Meteor.
behind the pillar and stacks
There's
for now.
3
Found
other
an
people
angle,
from
spot
T1 here.
of the hair as the Neon will
Okay.
be able to cause a
Good
distraction.
punish.
Buzz
They pick up the
picks up that
operator.
operator, but now you're gonna have to try to use it in a bit of a
Stacks
retake. But
gets
Stacks
one.
does find one. Dodges out on the relay, bolt the sprint around
It's
the side.
two!
Oh
Whoa,
my
Stacks.
goodness! What a shot from Stacks! That's got nothing to do with the timeout, but it is
Oh,
damn
he
clean.
invests the
Hunter's
Hunter's
Fury now
Fury.
coming through.
Okay, yeah.
Looking for a kill, but
The
Kaya is going to run him down.
Okay.
And Stacks holds his own.
Crashies.
Crashy's able to find one, but the diffuse is already
Nothing,
coming
just
in.
gonna save the operator.
Nothing more to
Wow,
be done.
Stacks,
Crashies will
okay.
carry over the operator.
Big round
but
from
T1
Stacks.
pull off the thrifty off the pack of some crispy shots.
originally I was going to say, I mean, hey, for T1, you get the op back. Hey, that's not bad. You know, you're not going to have to reinvest it in the next round, even if you lose this round. But forget the operator. They can ditch that. They'll go for the round win. And I love the commitment to say, they absolutely read the setup on Vekash, saying, okay, if the op gets a kill, that must just be the op alone, because we didn't see any other further trades. Let's challenge it. And you say the timeout didn't matter for Stacks' shot, but hey, well, with what we know from T1's coaching staff in the past, it might have been the answer.
Yeah, maybe.
Chobra.
It's got to remind him, you can shoot.
Exactly. Just do it a little better. And that he did.
Drone just getting a spot there on the Munchkin. Alfier quickly does take some forward space. Another orb grab, 2 charges away. Here's Crashies towards another Hunter's Fury.
Okay. Crashies, 2
Meteor
off.
still
And an ult.
Committing. Not let
Meteor
them quite
taking
just
a
yet, but
find into
peek
mid,
into
finds
mid, finds
Vekash.
Vekash. It's a headshot there. There's going to be a second little layer on that lurk through double doors, but we have the
Alpha?
alarm bot set up, and Stacks swooping forward past that Nebula. He's able to find one, and this
The
does send
divide
Fnatic scrambling a bit.
does make Fnatic
Severe,
kind of
Oh,
cancel the hit.
a flash, but it seems like it's red. And
Severe
Stacks is ready.
Loses
waiting
the
on
fight
this
to
angle in the
Stacks.
streets.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he just has the read and says, if you guys aren't pushing anywhere near main, surely you have information elsewhere.
Hello, Paul.
And what looked like Fnatic starting to
Paul
get the
Cedric.
lead, all it took was the timeout
Yeah,
to
just
remind
come-
Stacks and
Come over
Munchkin
to Soup if you
on
want to
the
watch
patterns
with the
that they've
gameplay,
noticed.
because I
2
can't
rounds in a
stream
row,
the
T1
feed
seems to have the
30
perfect
on,
read
you know,
on
anywhere
Fnatic's
else.
adjustments. I mean, that previous round, reading the op setup and saying we're going to punish it with the Neon movement. This round, challenging them with their own Cosmic Divide and saying, well, the only other answer you've really got is the flank, isn't it? And Stacks wins out that duel.
Okay.
Now,
Fnatic
Fnatic
just
stuck.
saving
Oh,
T1 tie
spotted
it
him.
up.
10 seconds left.
Crashies.
Saw just slide in the corner as much as he can, but maybe Crashy's not
down.
registering that position there of
Izu
Izu.
gets
Couple seconds to try to
Crashies.
survive.
Oh,
Kayak
might
needing
not
to
be able
hold
to save
on to
it.
this one. Finds one, but
Okay, he
can't
doesn't
destroy
get
out
the
fast
save.
enough. So Buzz will take the
They
operator
they
out of
still
his
have money,
hands.
Fnatic.
Still afford
They can
another one.
still
The tour
buy, but
force
maybe
also
not another
there, but
operator.
T1 now tie it up at 4-4.
That's 2 rounds in a row that Buzz has just been able to juke an operator for about 2-3 seconds to set up his teammates for success. This time, eventually, he himself getting close enough to finish off the kill. And that just goes to show that it was his movement that really did shine whenever he was playing this Neon. Even if sometimes his aim was a little bit shakier, then he moved on to the judge because he knows his value is in creating space, not necessarily getting those long-range kills.
They also had,
You want
to assume, one of the best tutors you could possibly get in RB.
Yes,
Vekash
that
pops the tour de
surely
force.
helps in the first steps.
John would love to see RB go back to playing the Neon.
A little Neon.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Zombie, you're...
I mean,
You can
Neon
play Yoru.
Waylay. Yeah, he can play Yoru, he can play Waylay, they can do enough. He can play
Oh,
Omen.
Oh, Dink onto the box,
Alpha
but Buzz just swings
didn't
back out.
through the ball.
Wins the fight versus
Not
Alpha.
gonna do too much.
Munchkin jiggle peeking here at dugout. Spot on a 1. Giving the counter spam. Fnatic realized just how stacked this site is. They have to back away. Spike still stranded back over at mid-window.
Now just getting shut down. This is really a step-by-step textbook from T1. Starts with a bit of macro adjustments, and the confidence comes back up. Oh, maybe too much though. Vetcash getting the pick off against Stacks at long range.
Okay.
Needing
Vetcash
that one.
finds Stacks.
Brings it now into a 4v4, and it looks like
Fnatic drifting back towards B. Just media here.
Kayak.
Okay, no.
Never mind,
Kayak
actually, TP's back
TP's
across,
back
so
to A.
just be
There's 3 people on A.
getting ready to push in towards
They have
the
to commit
stack
this because we
site.
don't have
3
time.
players here. Izu does have the op currently staring
Hello,
in
Aeros,
towards
yeah.
stairs.
Yep, just come over to Soup if you want to watch
Could
the
potentially be
gameplay.
at risk, but likely he's going to move off the angle as the
Yeah.
Nebula gets ready to fall.
Yeah, they should know, especially because of Meteor having pushed all the way up, that it's an A-site hit.
Flash through,
Here
the
they're
slide
in.
forward.
T1
They
finds
just
the
3, 2,
kill.
1 go up through the wall, completely
Fnatic seems to be
disrespecting it.
back to their
Playing off the
slow
back of the
play
flashes,
style.
and that leaves Vetcash now stranded out on his own. Finds one, but there's no hope in winning the round. Quick peek, looking for the kill.
Hello,
Izu
viewers
will
on
just finish it
Twitch
off with the
and
Sheriff.
YouTube.
T1
I
regaining
unfortunately
control.
can't stream the
Oh,
game
really
feed
bold
over
3-2-1
on
peek out of that
PC
Cosmic Spy,
platform,
considering
so
Izu was still on an
yeah, you're
operator,
gonna
but
have
he
to
gets
come
his
over to
one
Soup
as
if you
well.
wanna
So it just
see-
goes to show that
see
you
the
already
gameplay.
knew there was going to be an A-site hit. You saw the Cosmic Divide come out, and you said, hey, let's just surprise them. They're going to think they get the plant for free. And just the angles are covered perfectly from everybody.
Nicely played from T1,
Evil
honestly.
Buzz once again being the
They're
bait for
holding whatever they say in the
Buzz.
timeout worked well.
Timeout.
Okay, Fnatic calls a
Now a
timeout
of their
own.
own here for Fnatic. Not liking this little run back here from T1. 3 rounds in a row to regain the lead. Things starting to get maybe a bit out of sorts here for them.
Yeah, it does feel like at a certain point, Fnatic just wasn't able to add on, 1, 2 extra steps to some of their game plans. It has eventually devolved into, hey, get contact one side, plant the lurk, and then we hit the other. It's pretty straightforward and it's pretty simplified. It's made things easy for T1 to say, hey, as long as we just push out on a certain timer on one side, we should be able to get through. This T1 fan hoping that T1 wins because they didn't reserve tickets for the 3rd match today, so they wouldn't be able to stay and watch if T1 had to play again. And I gotta say, for us, as much as we love to watch Valorant, 3 best of 3s 2 days in a row is a lot on our voice. So it would be almost better if Fnatic won here, because otherwise it's going to be
Again, gameplay is only
long day
available
with
on
Fnatic
Soup,
playing 2 best of
unfortunately.
3s and all the rounds they play out.
Alright, let's go.
It's going to drag out.
Fnatic just got timeout. Vetcash has
That is
an
fair. So
ult.
let's go Fnatic!
Crashies and has a Guardian. The
Lock in,
others
baby!
have rifles, and Althea has a shorty and
Well,
plenty
Fnatic off
of
that
ult.
timeout.
I'm like what I assume Yinzu is like right now. I'm confused as far as ultimately who I should cheer for.
Who you should cheer for. Well, the adjustment right now is just holding some of these defaults a little bit spread out, trying to get a better gauge at T1's movement. But they're giving B main again.
Okay.
Not really challenging that op for
There's
op.
Izu
And
holding a
just saying, we
forward
just want
line
to know
onto
if you
B.
eventually push out. So there's 2 options here. Either it's not a big adjustment, or the
Fnatic
second
look like
option
they're
would
gonna
be
do a mid
that, hey,
pop,
worst
maybe
case, we're
mid
going to
to
rotate
A.
classic Fnatic style in the last
T1
20 to
just
30
fully
seconds.
trusting
And
Izu
we'll
and
know
their
if
killjoy
someone's
set up to
pushed out
go
too
towards
far.
B. Okay. Fnatic do beat that out, but they don't get the turret,
Players
which should
swing
still be enough
apart. You're
information
trying
for
to assess exactly where they should be
T1.
going, but drone, good value there from
just
Stacks.
media
Able to find
reclearing this
2.
area.
Oh, this is a bold push
Oh,
out from
Meteor.
Meteor, but it's what Meteor
This
does
is a
best, is
very
running these
bold
timings.
push.
Yeah, he's gonna go
Oh,
ahead
the
and send
timing
out
on
that
that molly.
Swarm that pushes him right back into his sights.
Okay,
Finds the one.
gets one.
Some damage on the kayak, but cannot
Kayak
confirm the kill. The mask now
goes for the
goes on
damage
to
on
eventual
drift.
drift in play. Scouting forward, trying to make sure that everything
Scouting,
is good for
clearing the
Vetcash. Trying to
smoke.
move up. Buzz will be
Sees
noted. Stacks
2.
as well. Little exit. Crashies
Where is the video?
now
I
trying to get
can't
this spike
show the
planted in
video on
shotgun.
YouTube.
Takes him so
so
very low, but the spray is just a hair
it's
off.
only available
So he
on
does
Soup,
manage to get the spike in
unfortunately.
play.
5
Okay.
HP.
He's committed for it on the
Crashies
sights.
gets
The
a
Hunter
plant.
Streak
Oh,
not gonna be a
Buzz
possibility
catches
for him here on the
Kayak
round. Now
trying to
Vetcash
go
going to be
to
taken
him.
down, so they're just dropping like flies. As soon as they get into the post plant, avoids the stun, but
Oh.
cannot avoid Buzz.
Severe
Severe
with
now
an
having
ult.
to do it all.
1v2.
A 1v2 the defuse held to half the swing,
Nice
but
shot.
Buzz is out on the wider angle. T1 themselves up to 6.5 thus far.
Honestly, Fnatic didn't play the map that terribly, but it's Meteor who says, well, they must be doing something different. We heard some movement in mid, so
Very big
I'm
push
just
from
gonna
Meteor
waltz out.
into mid.
Meteor just does this. He
It's
just somehow
very
sees
big
the
from
mini-map
Meteor.
at times,
Big play.
and he's gonna be able to find these openings. He only gets 1 kill, but that's all that was needed to pressure Fnatic to rush into a site they were not prepared to take.
Assume that the call's just okay. Well, we spotted 2 on the drone. There's probably not anybody else lurking in mid at this point.
Yeah.
But either way, it's a damn
Okay,
clean
Althea
call.
pops the
As
Neon out immediately.
Fury going out, Crashies.
Crashies
See what
maybe
he can
doing a bit
find, but
more team damage than he
Will
will
not
help.
quite get
Okay.
there. Kayak
Last
will
kills
find Buzz, but not before
Alpha,
Alpha
but
gets taken
gets
down. So 1 for 1 on the
traded.
duelist. Izu still standing, but
Stacks
tagged to
onto
22.
Kayak.
Stacks now.
Trade's going in the favor of
Three,
T1, but
but
Stacks and
Kayak,
Izu
so
are 1 HP.
both tips of the spear here taken away
Izu is dead.
from
Okay,
T1, but
3v3. But there's a
eventually does
lockdown in
end up
play.
falling. So health advantage going to be here for the side of Fnatic, but that lockdown that has been the back pocket of Meteor for so damn long. Now
Backhudge
comes into play.
finds the kills.
Can he maintain it?
Oh, he doesn't get it. Oh,
trying
he's
with the detain is
detained.
there.
But the cover,
Severe?
It's just on the
What can
one.
you do?
Munchkin needing,
Probably not
wanting to
much.
push for this one.
It's a 1v1.
Finds it.
Bombs on site.
Slides back over. Into backside, into Flowers. Spike there on the floor.
Oh,
and he instantly
Munchkin.
finds the spray down. The Google Play clutch here
Okay,
from
nice.
Munchkin to get T1
Nice
the
try
advantage
from
at the
Backhudge.
half.
if any
It's
round is gonna
a
hurt,
bit
it's
rough.
this one for Fnatic because
He try to go for the
it was
spam
risky,
through
but
the
it was a
box
high risk, high
instead of
reward
just
play to save
swinging around
Metcash.
and
Go on the flank on the
destroying it.
lockdown, take out Meteor and the lockdown, and it was almost successful, but he just can't land enough shots through the box. And that separates the 2
unlucky.
remaining, too far from each other. And of course it's Munchkin just to slink around some of his own smokes to get this clutch. You never want to be left alone on the server with this guy. Brings out another Google Play clutch for the team, and now 3 rounds ahead for T1. Oh,
Sniper set
T1
up here.
stabilizing.
Izu, oh,
Okay,
not gonna be
Kayak
able to exit
gets
fast
a
enough to
trade
get
onto
taken out.
Izu.
He crashed
Buzz
into the back.
is
Buzz is
tucked
ignoring
in
that
here.
though. He let it fly by.
Oh,
They never
Buzz.
checked him.
Kayak?
He's able to
What
find
can you
2.
do? Severe
Severe
getting
went back to kill.
that.
Meteor going to be eliminated, but the overdrive
the
comes in, and
lag,
Buzz
okay.
just
And
mows
overdrive,
down
8-4
4.
Can tell
8-4
that
is the
Fnatic
scoreline here
isn't
at the
comfortable with
half.
this map.
T1. I mean, once they
But the
recovered
defender
it,
strike should be
just
better
6
for
in
them,
a row.
because you've seen them play this
Well,
map before and
so
struggle
far,
more on the attack
timeouts are
side.
looking good for KDG on his first couple outings with this
Oh, yeah.
roster.
T1
The one
looking
time
pretty
out,
good.
and then suddenly the brains within the server, they've been activated. Munchkin, maybe even Snacks helping along the side. Of course, all of them being part of the comms. Getting the read, getting the tabs on Fnatic's
Halftime.
tendencies. Fnatic's attack broken down.
Halftime.
Well, they'll have to be the ones holding on the defense.
Obviously, not insurmountable, not by any means here. Fnatic already showed us a monstrous run back with that bind, so we know that they are not out of this until the map is actually over, until
Yes.
T1 gets to 13.
True.
Let's see what Fnatic have on the
You can't
defense
really
side.
rest on your laurels just yet, especially because, again, 4 rounds difference is not the end of the world. A pistol win, and suddenly things look a little dicey. Fans of both sides, as we
Please
saw
win.
earlier. Yep, just rooting for the win for T1. Fnatic fans, of course, happy to see Fnatic playing here in Seoul, South Korea. You don't get to see that every day. So, whether they're fans of the Korean teams or not, some of the Korean fans kind of betraying their fandom for just one day, cheer on a team and some players that they're not going to be able to see live too often.
For sure.
I mean, listen, I can't blame them. You get to watch the likes of Alfair, Crashies, Kayak live on stage. You cheer for them.
Okay, here we go.
Well, Buzz continues to have a good SVL. 15-5-2 at the moment here
Buzz
on the
is
Neon.
kind of popping.
As Metcash, a little bit of backup.
Kayak gets tagged. TP cell.
Kayak will make his exit, but he still have the second layer of Alphier. Hiding behind screen for the moment. Looks like Izu not going to look to poke and prod too much on that side of the map.
Izu TPing back to
Just
A.
crashes
T1
over to
looking
the side
to
as
do
Crashes
an A split
peeking
here.
towards mid. It's a spot up
Oh,
the one.
Buzz
Buzz is
might catch
quickly
Crashies.
chasing in. Jiggle peek here on the corners. The spot
Nice
out, the
stun.
stun, the
Gets
headshot off the
Crashies.
frenzy.
Severe
Izu
winning that
will be
fight
taken
in main.
down.
Oh,
Here.
Severe!
Oh,
Whoa!
Is that third shot? Just playing off the
Severe?
footsteps.
Okay.
Oh, that
Okay.
is dirty.
Oh,
But so
Meteor.
is that.
What is this round?
What has happened
Oh, Meteor.
during the halftime break?
Are we playing skirmish? These are just.
Spike planted.
And they spotted Vekaj.
Absolutely insane.
Oh, wow, Meteor. Okay.
Even by
Okay,
Meteor
Meteor.
standards. That was ridiculous. And from
Cancel the
Severe,
Korean team.
good
Not so-
lord.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Am I more impressed by Meteor or am
On
I
the
just
corner.
too sad for
Severe
Severe
winning
because
that fight
both
in
of
main.
them.
Oh,
I-
Severe!
Oh,
Whoa!
Is that third shot?
What?
Just playing off the
Severe?
footsteps. Oh, the
Okay.
fadeaway from me.
Oh,
that
okay.
is dirty.
Oh, my
Severe
God.
goes,
Meteor.
oh, yeah, it doesn't have to be a headshot, but he's still so damn fast with it. I'm going to start wearing a
Crazy,
half jacket when
crazy
I play
play.
this game,
Ah,
I guess.
that's what it
gotta
is.
be
Crazy
it.
round. Alright.
Wow.
Just one arm in the sleeves.
Yes.
That's it.
FNC
Oh, left
grouping
us
up towards
speechless
B.
for sure.
But
Impressive
yeah,
showings on
I would have
both
liked to
sides.
see a force from Fnatic,
Okay,
but
well, they'll
if they
bank
hit
on the
shots
double
like
ups
that,
and
then it
triple ups
doesn't
and
matter, I
leads off
guess.
for the first kill.
Munchkin down is a critical
There's no
loss
smokes
for
for
T1.
T1,
I don't have any
but
smokes,
there's also no
granted.
one on A for Fnatic.
You're at least going up against an eco.
Alpha and Vekaj, that's rotate
it does
over,
have to be all
but Meteor
contact
is
now.
deep.
Well, and
He
Meteor's
gets
good for
Alpha.
it, as he proved during the pistol.
Okay, Vekaj.
Cash is good for another. Still 6
But
bullets.
Buzz with
Only
the
fired
rifle
2
here
headhunter
should
shots.
be-
Both of them gotten kills.
Very difficult to kill.
See if he can find 3 more. But
Izu
Izu
just
will just
hitting
go
a
ahead and
nice
get the hip
shot
fire
in no
shot off
scope.
with the Marshall. Buzz looking for a timing, gets the spot.
Spots one.
Spread out onto one.
Only
For the
gets
second.
one.
Crashies will
Crashies?
make this very
1v1.
costly.
Stacks just holding the rifle.
Leading with a shout.
That's the
Quick
back
clear on
off
that.
Stacks.
Stacks
The drone.
sending the drone. Crashies picking up a weapon, trying to close the distance here.
Nice
but Stacks
strike,
will
Crashies.
eventually be able
Very
to take him out.
expensive
But
round
that
though.
is 4 players
But
dead on the
if you
side of
forced a bit
T1.
from
So good
Fnatic
damage
side,
out here for
maybe you
Fnatic
could have
despite
gotten
the round loss.
the
Yeah,
round win.
I mean, T1 didn't all buy up, but they'll take some hits, so it does look like they're still going to go for the buy-up. Oh, nice
Still
micro
prefer if
adjustment
you're
there from
forcing that
Vekaj
situation.
on that first kill. He's been looking good throughout their series so far. And I got to respect Crashies for going for the run-up at the end. He hears the drone and says, all right, I'm going to try to close the
Yeah,
distance.
nice
and
try
the
from
drone or
Crashies.
not. Unfortunately, he gets tagged, and Stacks is able to clean it up. So yes, it will be mostly a buy-up for T1. One Sheriff and
Okay.
Stacks, but it's still 4 rifles and
Fnatic
deadly
now
force
with their
on the
full
attack.
buy. T1. Yeah. We are pretty strong buy still.
Turret
4
set up
rifles,
here,
but with
Vekaj
only 1 sheriff.
looking for a player rather than the robot, but we'll just clear that out. Robot now having to be recalled as
Alpha
Feel
gets
Alpha not
scanned.
clearing
Oh,
that
nice
dark
stun
fast
into
enough.
Izu, but
Let's get
yeah,
set up,
it
has
gets
it
around
expired. Buzz still going to be able to collect one. Weapon can be passed over. Stacks pushing forward, looking to try to get a rifle in hand. Now has that from the peak. Spying off some shots, and it's a bit frantic here from Buzz. Damage not going to be exchanged from either of them. 2 stormtroopers shooting at each other.
Vekaj gets caught.
Eventually does find it though.
It's not looking great
Yeah,
for Fnatic.
that might be the call to save for
It is gonna
Fnatic.
save?
I mean,
It's gotta
you-
be.
Yeah, you
it
consider
is
the
gonna
economic impact that T1's had right now on both sides. They're going to be so far ahead. You've lost so much time. So there's the save. 2 members going out. Crashies is going to be looking to see if he can find a catch near the very end. For one, can he get out though?
He's going to get
Oh!
3.
Okay, Crashies gets
Okay.
3.
I mean, a silver lining. Most importantly, he gets
It's
to
not
keep his
gonna
own
do much,
rifle,
though.
but
But
does
yeah,
force
gets to
T1
save,
to have to
but
reinvest
T1's now on
and stop the
11.
snowball from completely getting out of control.
Also allows him to snowball his ultimate online, because now he's 1 charge away from having the Hunter's Fury, which, again, lockdown already available given the 4K from Meteor and the pistol. So having that to counteract potentially is going to be very good here for Fnatic.
Okay.
Very good control there from
They get the
Crashies to
save,
find that
but
punish.
T1's up to 11.
Yeah, but he's not going to have too many rounds for that opportunity as T1 now sits 2 away from taking the first map victory on their choice of Pearl.
T1 going for a fast A exec
Little
here.
bound forward for the moment.
Just
This
only
A site
Severe here.
only occupied by Severe.
You should run.
Nebula, though, does slow them up
Lockdown.
for the moment, but there it is. Lockdown in play. Crashies not able to grab any kind of orb here to get a kill. Doesn't have
Kayak
the ultimate to try to
gets
slow it
one,
down. Kayak,
and he
however,
gets
able
out.
to find one, takes a quick
Nice
exit.
from Kayak.
Now Fnatic can look to go ahead and get a flood retake going as the spike gets planted by Stacks.
Yeah, they're gonna wait for all 5 to arrive.
Planted.
Just gonna
Now
play
that
this in
they're
a
here, their moves
5v4.
should be made.
Vekaj does only have a headhunter this round.
Off the overdrive here for Buzz.
There.
Stacks is looking for the spray. Buzz getting pinged there. To avoid the damage. Just pushing forward.
Oh,
Ends up
okay.
finding one. Izu coming up with 2, but now
Izu
taken down as
somehow
Vekaj draws to the
getting
classic.
2 there.
Puts Munchkin once again in a clutch scenario. Spots out. Oh, no, the TP!
Vekaj, what was that TP?
Oh, it's just far too close.
The
Star
start
now
to
set up
delay.
Alpha.
Time.
Playing ahead of this, footsteps made. Munchkin knowing that he's not on it, and Alpha knowing that the
Alpha?
time is not there. The
Oh,
wide swing
wow,
into the
Munchkin.
shutdown.
That should be
It's another
GG.
Google Play
That
clutch here
should
for
be
Munchkin as
GG.
T1 get up to map point.
Oh, the habits die hard when you're a chamber player. He had just set that up too, and it's really just muscle memory to say, oh, I don't think I can survive. I have to press the rendezvous, but I'm just in the same place. Locked in the animation. Alpha, you're just a step too far to provide cover. Incredible double from Izu. I honestly, before Izu got that, it did just feel like it was going to be a numbers advantage for Fnatic flooding in, trade for trade. But
I mean, sometimes it happens.
yeah,
make mistakes.
Yeah, I mean, it's muscle memory sometimes. It looks silly, but we've all done it.
Oh boy, well this is getting chaotic already out here in A main. Hunter's
Oh.
Fury from Crashies
Crashy
finds
somehow
2.
finds 2 with the Hunter's
One
Fury.
burst into the kill. That's Munchkin and Izu dead. The crunch goes their way. Fnatic, at least the final sign of life here. Not allowing for this map to come to its conclusion quite just yet, barring a 2v4 for Meteor and Stacks. Now a 1v4.
Spike down A.
Crashy finds one.
Yeah, this is exactly where Meteor says, I like my chances. Things are looking a little better. Haven't spiked so far down, imagine. Round should be over. Meteor doesn't exactly have the leisure to go around hunting, so he's going to see if he can at least find a place to safely spend the next 50 seconds.
Let's get his campsite set up. Get that fire going. Get nice and cozy.
We'll still see. Because the thing is you take away the weapons, it hurts Fnatic more.
Okay.
Well,
Crashy's 4K.
It's going to be a very good round
Phonetic
here for Crashies.
stabilizing.
Finally breaking what was a 10-round win streak from T1. Fnatic will
Yeah.
find their first round of the half. 7 in a row is what's going to be needed if they want to try to take this into OT. So for all those out there saying 12 is all they get, that is your 1 out.
Yep, there you go. If any team's going to make the run back, I think Fnatic's a good one to bet on.
Nice,
given
boys.
the
Nice round, Austin. Thank you,
number of teams that, or number of times rather, that this team has succeeded in doing so. But that one, sure,
Okay.
you know, it's a set play, it's the aggression, you're going for a bit of a Hail Mary. Now you're back to defaults. See if Fnatic can find the right timings to move about the map.
Bucky on an overdrive here for Buzz.
Deploying drone.
Just droning.
Spot on
Takes
1.
Alpha.
Not exactly going to
Alpha
be a
gets
key
out
Hunter's
there.
Fury target here, so we'll try to make a set play off of that.
Now, does T1 read that this will have called for backup, right? They only saw the Neon far up alone, a bit of an odd position for someone with no teleport.
Vekaj
now
jumps
they
not
should be
sees
noticing
nothing.
both.
Munchkin.
Oh.
Warbang.
I mean, it's going to be damage traded, but it's
Vekaj comes
very
off
much in
worse.
Munchkin's favor.
Oh,
that moment,
T1.
Double push forward.
Izu gets 2.
Buzz is
Munchkin
just
gets another. Oh,
bending himself around the
no.
bullets.
What?
One enemy
Like
remaining.
Buzz, Meteor now. The approach to the doors, and it all comes down to Crashies once again.
Oh, God. Okay, that was pretty
A
bad.
4K in the previous round, but this is the odds
Izu.
absolutely stacked against him.
Crashies. This is going to be very rough.
He's just waiting. He needs to.
Jace hounded the
Oh,
exit. Buzz on the
GG.
swing, has the headshot with
Okay.
the op. That'll be it, done and dusted for Pearl. T1 looking damn strong here on their map pick.